Hello, my name is Luis and I work as a custom clearance assistant. Today I want to talk about an important experience in my professional life. On August 23, 2024, at around 5 p.m., I visited a temporary custom warehouse for the first time. At that time, I participated in the loading of a container for the export of our client Alex cargo. I was very nervous, a little confused, but also excited. When I arrived, there were security controls, and there were many workers and vehicles. Everything was very active and dynamic. This place was completely new for me, and that moment was crucial in my professional development. Before entering the operational zone, the coordinator gave me clear instructions. He said that I should follow the yard staff instructions, ask questions if I didn't understand something, and stay calm. I truly believe in that situation like that. You should stay calm and you shouldn't panic. Then he said, go to stop number 3 and walk to the loading area on the right. I followed the instructions and walked through some safety swing gates. These gates were used to separate pedestrian areas from vehicles traffic areas, where vans, company trucks, and trailers were moving. When I reached the yard, I stood here, near the pedestrian gate, while the heavy machinery was moving there in the central zone. I looked around and asked myself, how big was that place? It was huge. Our supervisor, often called a spotter, coordinated the area. First, he told me to send the driver to the weighing station, so I directed him, please go to the scale. The truck was waited to verify his payload before the loading process. After a few minutes, the driver returned. At a moment, I asked myself, how many pallets were there? There were exactly 10, and they represent the entire cargo of our client Alex. Then, the spotter gave me more instructions. He said, tell the driver to park the truck and prepare for loading. I related. Before the work began, he called a forklift. When he arrived, he instructed me to ask the driver to open the doors and remove the seals. I said, please open the doors and remove the seals. And he replied, no problemo. The operator loaded the pallets into the container in an organized and efficient way. As the process continued, I asked myself, how much work was left to finish the operation? It seemed that we were almost done. Next, I called the shipping line seal and the custom seal. The spotter told me, place the seal covertly and secure the container. I followed the instruction carefully. Then he said, go to the safe zone and wait there. This designated area keeps personnel clear of heavy equipment like forklift and reach stackers. Later, a reach stacker moved the loaded container to the staging area. The empty truck returned to the scale and the waiting ticket was printed. That document was essential for the export clearance and custom endorsement. Before leaving, I said to the spotter, thank you for your help, and he replied, you're welcome. Finally, I signed the paperwork and left the facility. At the beginning, I was nervous, but by the end, I feel confident. It was a highly valuable experience because I saw how export operations work in real life. In conclusion, this experience was very important for my professional development. I believe that I should keep practicing custom procedure and improving my operational coordination every day. Today, there is no doubt that this experience changed my career. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye bye.